Maybe next time, he said with a grin, as if tossing me a favor instead of gutting me with those 5 casual words. That smile, so smug, so practiced, burned more than the rejection itself. That made 13. 13 rejections. I kept each one, printed and tucked away in my desk drawer, like a record of every promise unfulfilled. Same wording, same formatting. Strong applicant pool. Not the right quarter. Management priorities shifted. Not a single word about the holidays I gave up, the weekends I bled for, or the clients I bent over backwards to retain. He'd call me essential, just not essential enough to promote. I nodded, forced a smile, played the good soldier. But the moment I walked out of that office, something shifted. I didn't cry, didn't rage, just saw things clearly for the first time. I started as a green analyst 6 years ago, hungry, raw, and eager to prove myself. He told me I had the eye. That rare knack for trends, for pressure points, for knowing when to push and when to pull. And I believed him. Every single year, I sat across from him during review season waiting for the door to open to the next level. It never did. He dangled praise like a carrot, but kept the promotions just out of reach. He used my skills, claimed my ideas, leaned on me during crises, but always made sure there was a ceiling above my head. I was his cleanup crew, his safety net, the one who made him look good. But after the 13th rejection, I stopped hoping. I didn't get angry. I got strategic. I didn't quit. Not yet. I used my nights and weekends to build a book of business on the side. Quietly, respectfully. I found clients who respected intellect over titles. Investors who liked sharp minds operating from the shadows. And I studied finance, law, leadership. I became the version of myself he never saw because he never looked close enough. And while I built, I also documented everything. The doctored figures, the silent partnerships, the dummy contracts. He got sloppy as he climbed, sure I'd never betray him, that I'd always be the quiet workhorse. By the 3rd month, I had enough evidence to bring him down. But I wasn't after destruction. That's noisy. I wanted something cleaner, something permanent. I wanted to disappear him from relevance. In the 4th month, I had dinner with his top client. Casual. Off the record. Just wine and stories. The client assumed I was a partner. When I told him I was mid-level, he stopped chewing. You're the reason we're still afloat, he said. I just nodded. That night, he asked if I'd ever thought of going out on my own. In the 5th month, I said yes. I quietly registered a new firm. Rented a modest office. Hired 3 people he had ignored for years. People I knew had fire but had been boxed in like I had. 2 of them were already updating his internal systems behind the scenes. 1 had master access to the client database. Funny how loyalty flips when people finally realize who actually had their back all along. Then came month 6. At 10:01 a.m., I sent a single email, my resignation. No dramatic exit. No thank yous. Just facts. Effective immediately. By 11:30 a.m., I had 5 missed calls from him. By noon, 2 emails. At 2 p.m., I saw him pacing outside the building my firm now occupied. But it was too late. That morning, every major client I had managed walked away with me. I didn't pitch them. I didn't ask them to come. They just knew. They'd always known. By 4 p.m., his company's stock had dropped 12%. By 6, the board had called an emergency meeting. By midnight, his corporate email was deactivated. I ignored every single one of the 48 calls. 3 days later, he showed up to my office. Said nothing at first. Just stood there looking like a man who had forgotten how to breathe. You used me, he finally said. I met his gaze and replied calmly, no. You used me for 6 years. He tried to defend himself. Tried to guilt me. I listened. Then I handed him an envelope. Inside were all 13 rejection emails, printed and highlighted. At the bottom, in my handwriting. It's not personal. Maybe next time. I nodded once. He left without another word, dragging his steps on the way out. Now my firm is thriving. The team is sharp, loyal, and respected. The clients believe in what we're building. There's no ceiling anymore. No fake praise. No broken promises. I didn't destroy him. That would have been easy. I replaced him. I built something stronger, something real, from the very foundation he thought only he controlled. And now, every time I pass that old building downtown and see the empty windows, the missing plaque, I remember those 13 rejections. And I smile because I made my own next time.